You've done it. You've reached year 6, and soon you're heading off to secondary school. But perhaps this isn't quite how you imagined it would all be. What strange and unsettling times we're all living in, and it can be difficult when we're already going through a big change in ordinary circumstances, like finishing primary school and moving on to secondary school.
How have you been feeling? Happy? Sad? Disappointed? Angry? A bit numb? Excited? Anxious? It is understandable that you would feel all of these feelings and more during this time as you move on from something you have known for a big part of your life so far onto something new.
Maybe there were things that you'd been looking forward to as you began to approach those last few weeks of primary school, like a school prom, sports day, trips, getting your school shirt signed, saying goodbye to your teachers and school staff, or walking out the school gates on your last day of year 6.
And it's okay to be sad about these things not happening. It is really hard when we've been looking forward to all of these things because they help us celebrate our time at primary school and also help us to say goodbye, to begin to move on to the next chapter of our lives.
Change brings up all different feelings for us, and perhaps some worries too. But change can also allow for positive things to happen, and things we never thought would happen had we stayed in the same place. Why not ask yourself, how do I feel about all this change? It can be really helpful to speak to someone you trust about how you're feeling, rather than keeping it all bottled up inside. Maybe that person will understand how you feel, and has maybe even felt the same way before. Having someone understand how you feel helps us to get the support we really need, as we don't need to do everything all by ourselves.
Could you draw or write a song about how you feel to let out some of your emotions and thoughts? Could you create a journal to write down some of your feelings in and perhaps share it with someone you trust? You might have some other helpful and safe ways to think about how you feel, so use whatever ways will be the best fit for you. This could be a time where you find some new ways to help you feel more calm and steady in more challenging times.
You can also have a think about what things you might miss about primary school, what you might want to leave behind as you move to secondary school. What are you looking forward to about secondary school? What things will change, or what things will be the same?
The coronavirus has had an impact on everyone in lots of different ways, and we are all trying to find ways to deal with what's happening and get used to living in a new way. We're trying to deal with being disappointed about things that have not been able to happen. We're trying to deal with how to do our usual activities and schoolwork from home. We're trying to work out how we can all live in the same space for such a large amount of time and not see people who we really care about and miss.
For some of us, this has meant trying to deal with loss. If there has been a loved one who has died, maybe not just during lockdown, but in our life so far, it can take time to work out how we feel about that person not being in our lives anymore, and knowing that we miss them. That is why it is really important that we talk to someone we trust and find ways that we can remember that loved one so that they can still be part of our lives, if we want them to be. It has been a difficult and challenging time, and we want you to know that you are not alone.
If you're feeling a bit anxious, sad, or just a bit numb when thinking about moving on from primary school to secondary in a very unusual time, these ideas might help you to feel a little more settled at a time when things might feel a bit out of control. If it's possible and safe, could you walk to your new school to see what your route will look like and perhaps work out how long it will take you to get there? It can also help to visualise things and see your new school. If you can't walk to see the school building, could you have a look on your school website to find out a bit more about your school, what it looks like, and all the different things you could get involved in when school starts back? Can you celebrate the fact that you did it? You completed primary school. Have a think about the good memories you can take with you from your time there. Is there anything that you're proud of? What have you learned so far? Were there challenges you faced and managed to overcome? It can be really hard not having had the opportunity to say goodbye to people we care about or who we'll miss. And usually when we leave primary school, we can say goodbye to our teachers, friends who might not be going to the same secondary school as us, and staff in the school who really helped us during our time there. Could you write a letter to those people you miss and want to say goodbye to?
As you look towards your new adventure at secondary school, have a think about what your hopes are for your time there. Is there anything you would like to achieve or try out?
Remember that it takes courage and strength to reach out for help and support when you need it, and that it's not a weak thing to do. There will always be help available to you. If you would like some ideas of where you can get support during this time, or if you have a friend who you know needs a bit of help, there will be a list of support that you can use for free as and when you need it. If you are ever in danger or know someone who is, please let a trusted adult know so they can help you and keep you safe. You have done so well, and we want to say well done for finishing primary school. We're all so proud of you.